but even comparable to trying to bridge the gap based on the experience that we have in here. How do you think, what else do you think we need to do even moving forward? Obviously more for conventions will happen. And I think those people will still be on the lineup because, you know, they're trusted, they're well trusted in the community and they provide for the community. But I want them to do more in their career too. You know, like where else do you think we should be headed in that direction?
I think that they do. You know what I mean? It's not just in the first scene with conventions and their own local, but their own local places, and you know, all, people on the non-first side as well. There's plenty of people in here who have turned this into playing live. You know, what I mean, be it a career or something else. You know, there's always that path, and it's because of the work in here that they're able to do that. As far as like the wider, record companies and other things like that, that's again, how do you explain that to them? You know what I mean? Because they don't view it in the way that it should be viewed. Maybe we've not explained it to them in the way that they can understand it and see it. Because they look at VR as this niche or this underground or people just like playing around and doing things when really it's a mega city of people. You know what I mean? And they're all going to their different spots in this mega city. And there's plenty of things to offer every one of them and plenty of talent to cherry pick out of that, the same as they would in LA or anywhere else. But until it's framed to those people in that way, they're not going to understand it. When it comes to me looking like a rabbit, you looking like a girl, what does that matter? When you explain to them, it's a free and open artistic expression place where people can express and look any way they want. They're not forced into the developers saying, you can only have these 3 little character creator options right here. The developers go, do whatever the hell you want. Do it within these guidelines. And people, when given open freedom to express as they want to, will do so. And that's why everybody looks so different in here. And that's why people in the music scene, they take coming into the clubs and stuff like that so seriously, because it's like going out to the club. Gotta have your gear. Gotta look good. You want to be, you want to be special for that time out and stuff like that. You could put that investment into that, unlike other places. They don't really see that. They see a whole bunch of different stuff instead of seeing a whole bunch of people making individual expression theirs and broadcasting that to everybody else. You know what I mean? The PBS special helped ground a lot of that and show that this was, people expressing in different ways. And that's why in that, you know what I mean? I didn't want to talk about myself. I knew I only had like 2 or 3 minutes to say something really important. And that's why I said it's got to be about identity. The fact that we have control of that, what that means to trans non-binary individuals. You know what I mean? It's very powerful. And a lot of us come in here and feel comfortable and grow into ourselves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a focus for me.
Let me try to expand this a little bit more too, because I now that I'm kind of making those gears turn in my brain. But as far as like again having a lot of VRChat DJs go into the first scene and even into FWA, where do you think that the hiring of VR DJs will continue to roll on in the future?
Huh. I think it's going to in exterior spaces. It's going to be them just taking the skills they're learning in here, other places, and applying those. Like I said, be it their local scene or be it other things. I think that there's a lack of a lot of us who do create events, creating real life events. You know what I mean? It's always been the hope that VR chat itself is going to see, these FurCons that always have that have portal events every single time. There's like, 2 years ago, I said if FWA, there was like, 4,000 people at that VRChat meetup. Last year, there was as many people in that VRChat meetup as there was at Mystery Skulls, it felt like. It was packed. I made the joke to somebody in line that, holy crap, I got to wait in queues in VRChat and I got to wait in queues in here for the VRChat meetup in real life. What the fuck is this, man? But it's so big and it's so popular that it just becomes an effect. It's part of what's a more massive scene, you know what I mean, in the fur community. But it's really freaking big because, again, you can come in here and express exactly what you want. I can be that bunny I want to be. You know what I mean?